9 months. Just a reminder, of course, that this match is available on BT Sport Ultra HD, which is on channel 433. Right, here we go then. This is not a friendly, this is important. A trophy is at stake. Not my words, the words of Antonio Conte, the Chelsea manager, when previewing this game. So, over to the safe hands and familiar voices of Steve McLaren and Ian Darke. I'm assuming that you're both suitably rested and raring to go. Steve McManaman and Ian Darke.
Thank you very much indeed, Jake. I can hardly hear you there amid the noise here. So here we go again. Stand by, I think, for about 8,000 stories, flashpoints, controversies and dramas as a new season begins. As always, the FA Cup winners against the champions to get us underway. "71 days since Arsenal dazzled and Chelsea disappointed in the FA Cup final. They met again 3 weeks ago at the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing. Chelsea won that one 3-0. Among that presentation party, by the way, there he is, the former Arsenal double-winning goalkeeper Bob Wilson, and one of Chelsea's most popular players, if not the most popular of all time, Gianfranco Zola. There he is, still smiling. And absolutely fabulous today, and fitting that so much money will be raised for the victims and families and all those affected by the Grenfell Tower fire, that horrible and frightening tragedy. 4 members of that community will be among the mascots today. And another 1,000 members of that community among the crowd here too. And special guests. Bobby Madley is in charge of this game. Chelsea could do with a win. They've had a couple of setbacks in pre-season. Last week losing to Inter, where they were caught repeatedly by counter-attacks. Manchester United target Ivan Perisic among the scorers on that occasion. Chelsea will want to get back to business, and they might have to get back to a bit more business in the transfer market as well. The squad looking a little on the thin side as things stand. Still time to do things about that, though. Nice shirt sleeve day, as it so often is for the Community Shield. Arsenal love this place, and they've won the last 8 times they've played here. First as ever, it will be a playing of the national anthem. Now Chelsea against Arsenal to get you back in the mood for football. Let's check on the two sides for you then. Arsenal with marquee signing Alexander Lacazette making his debut. They're fielding 7 of their FA Cup winning starting lineup. Ozil and Ramsey have slight injuries, and Alexis Sanchez is not up to match fitness yet after a late return from the Confederations Cup. Mohamed Al-Neni, who's been used in central defence pre-season, returns to his midfield beat. 17-year-olds Reece Nelson and Joe Willock are among the substitutes. Chelsea's squad is looking a bit thin after a mass exodus, the nasty injury to Eden Hazard and the standoff with Diego Costa. Pedro plays in a face mask after breaking facial bones playing in that friendly in Beijing against Arsenal. None of the new signings start. Alvaro Morata surprisingly on the bench along with Antonio Rudiger and Willy Caballero. And Timu Bakayoko, signed for £40 million, is not ready yet. He's still recovering from knee trouble.
Yeah, and you can see here, no big surprises, as you rightly said. Arsenal playing with 5 at the back, or 3, whatever you want to say. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Bellerin getting forward. Chelsea are very strong without the likes of Matic and Diego Costa, so it's evenly matched.
There will now be a laying of wreaths and a period of silence to remember the victims of the Grenfell Tower tragedy.
Today, we pay tribute to those who lost their lives in the Grenfell Tower tragedy in June this year. Our thoughts are with all those affected, their families, and the whole community. As a mark of respect and remembrance, wreaths will now be laid by the FA chairman, the London Fire Brigade, and 2 former Grenfell Tower residents.
Immaculately observed silence. And to donate to the London Community Foundation and help the Grenfell victims, text Grenfell to 70007. Text costs £3 plus 1 standard network rate. You must be over 16 and a UK resident. You can find full terms and conditions at bt.com/FACS terms. Big day for Alexander Lacazette, who's arrived from Lyon, where he was very prolific. The only question, Steve, is just making that switch to English football.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. I think we're all waiting. We all want him to be a big success. Can he replicate last season's form? taking over the number 9 jersey for Arsenal.
New contract, new 2-year deal for Arsene Wenger. He rode the storm last season, but he is under instructions this time for Arsenal to make a real title argument of it. They haven't won the title since 2004, that invincible year. Interestingly, of course, Arsenal switched to Chelsea's 3 at the back tight formation with some success at the back end of last season, notably in the FA Cup final itself. The Gunners finished last season with 6 consecutive wins. All played in behind, and it's difficult that to check with Pedro looking to break onto that, wearing his face mask after a nasty facial injury in a collision with David Ospina in the Beijing game.
Nice little ball by David Luiz, though, just to stretch them, get them thinking.
Willian with the little flick. He spent most of last season playing cameo roles from the bench. Here's Conte. Fabregas getting a run in the team at the moment anyway, with Nemanja Matic having gone to Manchester United and Timu Bakayoko, the new signing, who presumably will go in once he's fit, still recovering from his knee problem. Cut out by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Here's El Neni. Oxlade-Chamberlain again, looking to try to feed that through to Lacazette. Iwobi and Lacazette linking up, and now here's Welbeck. Bellerin out wide. And switching it to Nacho Monreal. He really was a man inspired, I thought, in the FA Cup final. He had a brilliant game. By the way, 6 substitutes allowed today, and there won't be extra time. If the scores are level, straight to penalties after 90 minutes. Bobby Madley is the man in charge of proceedings. To lay it inside. He's had to rather hurry his clearance, and possession was squandered. Holding Granit Xhaka, who grew into his midfield role as last season went on. With his usual disciplinary problems, though, 2 red cards.
Good tempo, though, at the start of the game, as you'd expect, closing the opposite teams, closing each other down.
And the Premier League starts as early as Friday night for Arsenal, and home to Leicester City. For the managers, really, I think at this point, expect to see their teams just about properly up to speed. His long ball was on towards Victor Moses, who got sent off here in the FA Cup final. 2nd yellow for diving. And then he down the line. It's quite well measured, that. Welbeck. Xhaka fed it through to Lacazette. Better start by Arsenal. Bellerin too near the goalkeeper.
Nice shape on it. Just didn't have enough. It was a nice run by Danny Welbeck.
Chelsea need to buy a few more players. They've more or less sold last year's bench, or they're either on loan or been transferred.
Yeah, I think as the as you mentioned before, Ian, the fact that the shenanigans with Diego Costa, Eden Hazard being injured, they do look a little bit lightweight, don't they? Surprised that they got rid of Matic so early as well, with Bakayoko being injured. Why not sell him on the day before the transfer window? Why not be selfish if Bakayoko's out for a while? But I fully expect all the top teams to invest between now and the transfer window closing.
Here's Conte. Maybe Chelsea will just have to invest a little bit more. Alonso. Here's Pedro. Mertesacker getting it away. Had a fabulous game in that FA Cup final. He'd only played 27 minutes all season, and it was a heroic performance. He probably had to sleep for about a week afterwards, I should think. Great noise around Wembley as the fans get back into the football mood. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Big season this for him, you sense. Iwobi. Great run from Iwobi. Cut back across the face of goal. And goes behind in the end.
I think he come off Lacazette's hand in the end at the back of him. This is far too easy, though. I know it is pre-season. We'll keep on saying that. Iwobi dances past David Luiz. Thought he was going to stick his leg out and get a penalty. Iwobi flashes it. Takes one deflection, I think, of Gary Cahill. On it's off the goalkeeper and off the back of Lacazette's arm.
Bit of ping pong. It could have ended up anywhere. Lacazette, by the way, 20 league goals plus in France for each of the last 3 seasons, and no player has done that in France since Jean-Pierre Papin back in 1991.
Well, Chelsea have been caught yet again trying to play out from the back, but not kicking it out of their own penalty area.
Well, Chelsea were disappointing in the final, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was almost as if their hunger had been sated for the season. It was something of a curious performance, whereas Arsenal were almost manically intense, trying to save their season. Mertesacker. Bellerin. Shaka again, trying to pick the right kind of ball for Welbeck, who couldn't get enough on his header, all the right direction.
Yeah, it was the right ball, definitely. If anything, I think Danny Welbeck, just looking at the goalkeeper before he gets there, just loses a little yard. Just can't generate enough power to trouble Courtois.
Here's Lacazette. Record signing for the Gunners. The fee could go up to as much as £52 million. Elneny. Here's Rob Holding, who did well when he came in the side. I think he's the one who's benefited from them going to the 3 at the back. There's a place for him in the starting lineup. Juan Koscielny not considered today because he's banned for the first 2 Premier League games after his red against Everton, which meant he missed the final. Monreal's ball in.
Good movement though from Arsenal. Nice fluidity, Iwobi. Welbeck dropping deep. There's the Chelsea bench that we were talking about. A lot of inexperience there.
And 1 or 2 unfamiliar names, maybe. Charlie Musonda.
Yep.
Defender Andreas Christensen, who did well in the Bundesliga. Young American Kyle Scott and Jeremy Boga, who all featured on the pre-season tour. Ake, Shalabar, Solanke, Loftus-Cheek, Terry, Zuma, Begovic, Matic, all gone. Costa probably soon, the way things are looking. Here's Welbeck. He needs a season of full fitness. Oxlade-Chamberlain towards Lacazette. Arsenal passing the ball well here. Elneny plays it in again. Iwobi.
Yeah, they look nicely sharp, Arsenal, don't they? Really good one-touch play. Nice ball by Elneny. Again, Alonso slides in, is aware about giving away a penalty.
Elneny. Xhaka much involved, the Swiss international, early on. There was a bit of a feeling of would Wenger stay around the time of the FA Cup final. Well, he does, to continue a long reign. 5th place finish last year, his lowest. Batshuayi and Fabregas. Beautifully measured ball towards Alonso. And Rob Holding was able to get there in the end, though. One thing Chelsea don't want, Macca, is the kind of title defence they had a couple of years ago when they finished in 10th place and seemed to go into that season undercooked.
Yeah, and that's what the manager's thinking, isn't he? You can see every interview the manager does, you can see his body language. He's not happy about the situation at this moment in time. He wants a few people. He wants to strengthen this squad. Last year was brilliant, of course, but this year they've got the Champions League as well, and so they're back with the big boys. He wants to bulk this squad up considerably. Again, nice ball by Fabregas. Pedro just drifting offside.
Very quick recovery from Pedro. He broke several facial bones. I was wondering whether they would risk him today, maybe try to keep him for the opener against Burnley next week, but he declared himself fit, and that was good enough for Antonio Conte. Morata on the bench. I'm sure we'll see him later on. Spilicueta up to Moses, and now Willian. Victor Moses gets the better of Monreal for a moment. And Spilicueta caught napping by Welbeck. Lacazette's ahead of him. Lacazette wanted that ball, he never got it in the air, and Arsenal get a free kick.
Yeah, it's a simple decision for Bobby Madley, the referee. Spilicueta loses the ball, just frustration. Pulls his shirt. He knows.
Yellow card, which won't be carried forward, by the way, into the season. This game, from a disciplinary point of view, operates within its own vacuum. Same with Reds as well. Xhaka's going to take it. He made his Swiss debut here when he was 18.
Strange one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think Holding was really expecting that, but he got it. Here's Monreal with a good-looking crossing, which Henry Cahill got his head to. There's so much with Arsenal depending on what happens with Alexis Sanchez. The word from the manager is he stays, and we expect him to respect that. But of course there are other clubs like Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain who are interested.
Yeah, I think we just have to respect Arsene Wenger and the managers when he says he stays, and that's, you know, that's all you can say about it. The only concern is that he can leave and go to a foreign club in January, only for next year, or he can go to another Premier League title this time next year. That's the only problem. They could miss out on a huge amount of money, but if Arsene Wenger wants to keep him and thinks that he improves the team and the squad with him. That's the end of it.
It's not amount of money. You've just got bigger with Neymar over 200 million nearly. Alonso left in a heap here. It's a yellow.
He's just slightly late, isn't he? Victor Bellerin goes to ground there. Alonso's just a little bit too quick for him. I don't think it was that bad, to be very honest.
There was some transfer speculation surrounding him in the summer, with Barcelona rumoured to be pretty interested in acquiring his signature.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of uncertainty now in the transfer window. The fact that they bought Semedo, it's quieting right down, hasn't it, now that Victor Bellerin.
Alonso gets the ball back. Recovery challenge came in from Holding.
He was in a good position, Bobby Madley. Really good position.
No real strong protest either, to be honest with you. Now then, here's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Holding. He cost a couple of £1 million from Bolton last summer. His old club promoted to the Championship. He's let that run. It's a curious piece of play. Courtois. There we are.
And a nice bobbler back to the goalkeeper.
Don't try that at home. Nifty piece of footwork appreciated by the Arsenal fans from Danny Welbeck. Chamberlain to lay it inside, not too accurately on this occasion. Batshuayi was able to get in. Here's the footballer of the year, N'Golo Conte. Pedro trying to get Batshuayi in behind. Mertesacker got it away, but not very far. Moses, Fabregas,
handball. Just backing into Mertesacker, you see.
Nearing to Xhaka. Arsenal did beat Chelsea in the Community Shield only a couple of years ago, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain got the winner on that occasion. And Chelsea have lost the last 3 times they've featured in this pre-season showpiece. Nice quick feet from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Al-Neni, foul on the Egyptian there. Fabregas, against his old club, of course, starred for such a long time. But it's at Chelsea. He's won his 2 titles. Here's Azpilicueta. Fabregas, lovely ball from him. Sometimes he sees passes that most other players wouldn't.
Yeah, Rob Holding does well. There was a beautiful ball by Cesc Fabregas. Pick Willian out. Good run by Willian. You see Rob Holding follows him, doesn't want to try and play offside, just follows it out.
For the short kick routine, back to Fabregas again, who's looking to drive in a low hard one. Blocked by Monreal. William to lay it inside. Now Luiz. There's Cahill, who's been named as the club captain now that John Terry is with Aston Villa. Is Pedro with one of those incisive runs that we saw so many times last season when he played a starring role. Alonso's ball is too heavy, much too heavy really. On Tuesday, cracking match, isn't it? Real Madrid against Manchester United in the Super Cup. BT Sport 2 HD from 7 o'clock for that one. A really interesting test for Jose Mourinho's side. Fabregas to pick it up again here. Palaqueta to lay it wide in what is cricket weather, really, frankly, here at Wembley. Alonso. Pick up by Mertesacker. Here's Lacazette. Kept in by Bellerin. Not many people would have been fast enough to do that. And Lacazette latches onto it again here. Feeds Welbeck. Back to Lacazette. Oh, he's hit the post with it. Back to Bellerin. Nearly a spectacular goal for the new signing.
Yeah, I don't think they did really well. Arsenal broke really quickly. Nice play. But I don't think they were closed down quickly enough. Danny Welbeck wants to get it on his right foot. Lacazette wants to get it on his right foot. And so very nearly curled it around Gary Cahill. Would have been a dream. Start from at Wembley. Lacazette, get a goal, get your confidence levels up. I know he scored in pre-season.
The interesting thing about Lacazette is he's actually behind his rival for an Arsenal shirt, Olivier Giroud, in the French pecking order, isn't he? Comes from humble beginnings in Lyon as well. Lacazette apparently scored 122 goals in a season back from midfield for a youth team there.
Just 122.
Conte broke up the play well. Wants a few more runners ahead of him. Fabregas towards Batshuayi. It's going to bounce beyond him.
I think what was nice about this Lacazette hitting the post, Ian, is that he started the roll off. He started the move off really nice with a nice turn and put Bellerin in. But as you see here, the backing off him. Kante comes across, but it's too late. Gary Cahill doesn't shut him down quick enough. Lets him get a shot away.
He's got the number 9 shirt, worn last season by Lucas Perez, who looks to be on his way out of Arsenal, possibly with Kieran Gibbs and Carl Jenkinson and Mathieu Debuchy as well.
There's Alexis Sanchez there, enjoying the weather.
Penny for his thoughts, maybe more than a penny. Not this time for Oxlade-Chamberlain. And he's another one about whom there's been transfer speculation. He's not signing a new deal. He's out of contract at the end of the season. Liverpool, Chelsea themselves reported to be interested.
Well, Arsenal seem to have had these problems in the past about players getting down to the last year of the contract and leaving the club. And you don't certainly want Oxlade-Chamberlain and Alexis Sanchez leaving, do you? So they've got work to do. Keep these players happy.
Certainly not if they're trying to mount a serious title challenge. Oh, that was a little bit dodgy there from Bellerin. The summer rust there, not shaken off. Lacazette won the ball back well there from Alonso. for Arsenal.
Alonso giving him a kick as well, for good measure. Bobby Madley's going to have a word with him. Little bit of afters from Alonso,
which didn't go unspotted, obviously.
Yeah, he does well, like I said there. And then he goes to ground, Alonso. Untidy, wasn't it? There's Petr Cech coming out.
Misunderstanding, really.
I think you're right, though, Ian, about that little bit of rust. Don't know what kind of throw-in that was.
Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Welbeck. Here's Rob Holding. Looked like he was trying to line up a shot, but he's overrun it in the end. And now a break's on. Conte to Willian, who hasn't featured too much so far, the Brazilian. Conte's picked it up again. He's looking for some movement ahead. There isn't a lot of it. Fabregas to Moses. Welbeck with the challenge.
Real meaty challenge as well, wasn't it? Get the ball, bit of the man as well.
Fabregas to play that one in. It's not properly cleared. After have another bite, and they still haven't properly cleared it. Yeah. It was Xhaka who made a mess of it.
Mertesacker's gone down. I think he. Oh, look at that! There's a lot of blood there. I think it was a challenge of Gary Cahill. I think he just got caught with the sun in his eyes. Well, it looks blood. There's a lot there, isn't he? See here, gets caught there. Sun's in his eyes a bit, and then he gets an elbow. Bang.
Yeah, you could feel that.
Yeah,
one
but all accidental, of course. Gary Cahill was way up in the air. Got the run and jump on Mertesacker.
Poor old Per Mertesacker.
Yeah.
It's his final season as a player, by the way, at Arsenal. After that, he will become the academy manager. He will be staying at the
very nice.
Emirates. Question here of whether he will continue is a tough one, all right.
Yeah, you hope he does, but the amount of... yeah, I don't think we need to see his slow motion, do we? I think the amount of blood in such a short space of time, he'd certainly have to go off for some stitches, won't he? But they don't want to take any chances.
On Saturday, it all kicks off again with us on BT Sport. Score is back, bringing you all the latest scores from around the country from 2:45, and then our first big game of the new season. Newly promoted Brighton against Manchester City, which is a pretty tasty one. That's from 5 o'clock on BT Sport 1 HD and 4K UHD. And then after that, all the issues of the opening weekend discussed on Premier League tonight with Jake and the team from 8 o'clock.
I just hope Jake remembers my name for next week, that's all.
He called you Steve McLaren, didn't he?
I know I haven't seen him for 2 months, but... Steve McLaren.
He may be on his way up here, for all I know.
I tell you.
I saw a shot there, by the way, of Arsenal's new signing from Schalke, Sead Kolasinac, the Bosnian. He usually plays on the left side.
Oh, poor Per Mertesacker has no luck at all. There's Mustafi.
Here's another one not ready. Played in the Confed Cup for Germany, who won it, of course. Yeah, I think that's the end of the afternoon for Mertesacker. Wembley's usually his friend. He's scored a few goals here, hasn't he, in his time, and was a hero in the Cup win in May. So there might be a bit of reorganisation back there to be done for Arsenal.
Yeah, they've gone to just a straight back four at the moment, with Shaq has gone back.
Willian back to Conte. Now Marcos Alonso. Willian again. Is Moses. Chelsea beaten only 7 times in all competitions last season, but 2 of those were against Arsenal. Batshuayi. Moses to pick it up again. Moses to drive it in. A good bit of play by him. Batshuayi couldn't bring it back under control as he rebounded to him. Both of these 2 teams will want to start fast in the title race. The old saying that you can't win the title in the first 8 games, but you can lose it. Chelsea got 93 points last year, a total only ever bettered by themselves.
Yeah, just well, Victor Moses.
Comes Kolasinac for his official debut for Arsenal. He was voted in the Bundesliga Team of the Year last year.
Yeah, he was. Really good acquisition by Arsenal. Be interesting to see what he's like. He's gone to the left side of the back 3 now, Ian, with Monreal as the pivot in the centre, holding to the right. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. They haven't got the beast that is Diego Costa to come up against. So let's see if Batshuayi caused them any problems.
Granit Xhaka, not accurate enough, easily cut out by Victor Moses. Fabregas again trying to feed Batshuayi, who has come up with a few goals pre-season, including 2 against Arsenal in Beijing. It was a pretty tired Arsenal. They'd quite recently got off a plane from Australia at the time.
Yeah.
Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Rob Holding. Ruby was the player who laid it inside. Oxlade-Chamberlain with another chance to run up the defence from that left wing-back role. Willian looking to pick the right ball, and he's done it to perfection to Pedro. That was inch perfect. Batshuayi's up there as well. Pedro got hold of it all right. Takes more than that though to beat Czech from there.
Yeah, it's a really nice move by Chelsea. Good little step over by Pedro, shifting it from the right to his left. Again, the ball from Willian was excellent as well. There's a number of choices. Batshuayi made a great run as well, get in front of Granit Xhaka, just fobs him off there. But Pedro's driving in, a holding, step over onto his left foot. Nice shot, bit of movement. It was simple enough, lovely ball by Willian, but simple enough for Petr Cech. go. Right at him.
There's a yellow card for Marcos Alonso in all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, second foul really, isn't it? Accumulation.
Yeah, previous convictions taken into account, wasn't it?
Yeah.
By Fabregas, Chelsea just beginning to find a little more rhythm and threat. And also managed to get it away again. There's been a bit of a debate about how we say his name. He told Arsenal Kolasinac, but apparently in Germany he was always known as Kolasinac.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to sort of give an English version of it.
Well, I think there's so many different interpretations, Ian, isn't it? Particularly with the Brazilian boys. We try and keep it as simple as possible, I think, is the easiest way.
We try, don't we?
There'll always be someone who'll complain about it, so it's not a problem.
Get on that. Here's Marcos Alonso trying to drive one across the face of those shackles. Had to cut it out. Oh, Bellerin made a mistake there. Did he commit a penalty as well? No. The decision is dive. No penalty.
There's the first big decision of the season.
Willian gets a yellow card, and Chelsea wanted a penalty. Let's check this out.
Well, he seems to kick his own heels, doesn't he? Let's have a look here. No, I think he kicks his own heel there, doesn't he? And then onto his calf. It's a poor touch by Bellerin, but
was it actually a dive, though?
Well, I don't know whether there was an initial contact. Yeah. Oh no, I don't think he dived.
It's not a penalty,
I don't think he dived per se. I think he just catches his own heel.
Yeah.
He seems to think there was a slight contact initially, which made him kick his own heel and then kick his own calf.
Let's hear from Mark Clattenburg, our expert referee on that latest incident.
This is a fantastic decision by the referee, because we're encouraged by referees to make sure that if there's no contact and the player goes to ground, then it's a yellow card. If there is some small contact, you can always play on. But for me, for sure, there was no contact, and therefore a yellow card to be issued. Even the player thought he'd been fouled because he's actually appealed, so that makes it even more obvious to the referee that it's an act of simulation.
Let's have another look at it.
Yeah, it's that there. Whether he gets a little knock from Bellerin's knee onto his foot, but he certainly kicks himself after that.
Xhaka lays it forward. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's a loose ball, that, really. It's the feeling of Chelsea starting to get more into the match after Arsenal's fast start.
Very animated. Chelsea manager again. There's the yellow card for Willian.
Confirmation of that. Remember, of course, it was the Victor Moses dive that gave him a second yellow and meant he was dismissed in the FA Cup final itself. Fabregas to lay it forward. Here's Batshuayi. Cahill. Conte. Willian again. Batshuayi wanted the return ball. Batshuayi wanted to try to turn and let one go himself. He did score, of course, the title clinching goal at West Bromwich Albion, but only started once in the Premier League last year, Batshuayi, and that after being signed for £33 million. Moses is on the chase here, but checks there quickly.
Yeah, another nice pick by Fabregas.
Well, one back by holding for Arsenal. Here comes Willian once more. Nicely done off the outside of the foot. Pedro. Alonso. William was waiting to pull the trigger there. Arsenal looking for the quick break. Here's Kolasinac. Really determined run from him. Chamberlain to keep it in play and easily cut out by Luiz for Chelsea. And this fellow had the most assists of any defender as well in the Bundesliga.
Well, he loves to get forwards, doesn't he? And he picks out a really good pass when he gets into those wide positions. That one there, he just fed Oxlade-Chamberlain, but real good energy on him. Just ran away from Batshuayi there.
Arsenal fans have already liked what they've seen from Kolasinac. I was a tad surprised he wasn't in the starting lineup today. I think Arsenal have had one eye on the fact that they do play Friday night against Leicester.
Yeah.
That's why no risk with Ozil, who was training alone earlier this week, or Aaron Ramsey, who has what's described as a slight muscular injury. Welbeck tried to get the better here of David Luiz, who is coolness personified. How about that?
Brilliant. When it comes off, it's fantastic, isn't it? You're going to do it in a game, you might as well do it today.
Manuel had to win that one. He had William breaking in behind him. Here's Conte for Chelsea. Great run, still full of energy. Oxlade-Chamberlain got half a hell on it, not much more than that though. Better from Chelsea in the last 10 minutes. Of course, it was the defeat early last season at the Emirates that made Antonio Conte switch to a system which served them so well for the rest of the campaign. 3 at the back. He did it at half-time in that game and lost it 3-0. Goal, so Arsenal have struck the woodwork in this first half. Nearly a dream start for Alexander Lacazette. Oh, it's a bad one that from Cech, and he rather got away with it, making a present of it to Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah, it was on his right foot, that.
Look at the high press here from Chelsea. To force some mistakes. Arsenal play their way out of that quite impressively. There's Alex Iwobi. He's not short of speed and has got plenty of grass to run into. Finds Oxlade-Chamberlain here. Iwobi again. Still Iwobi. Oh, there's some very nifty footwork in there.
Yeah, they broke really quickly, Arsenal. They look a little yard quicker than some of the Chelsea counterparts. Does really well, gets a shot away, not strong enough in the end.
He did score against Bayern Munich and Benfica pre-season. Trying to force his way back into the starting lineup. He lost his place towards the end of the campaign last year, Iwobi. And he had a good run. Oxlade-Chamberlain once again.
They just lack a little bit of spark, don't they, Chelsea? I mean, I know it's easy to say when you're missing people like Eden Hazard, who was exceptional last year. Diego Costa, of course.
Given away by Marcos Alonso. Bayer into play it inside, and then it was a miscue by Danny Welbeck.
There's Hazard. You hope that he gets back very soon. Bakayoko to the left, new signing. Looking forward to seeing him. We saw him from Monaco. Impressed a lot. Well, I think Hazard gives them something different, doesn't he? Gives them a different option. Of course, there's Morata as well. Getting acclimatised, getting his fitness levels up. Be interesting to see him.
Hazard, who broke his ankle in training with Belgium earlier on in the summer. He's still a few weeks away from getting back.
But I think the fact that they have to do battle in the Champions League and they need to, they do need to strengthen, don't they? No doubt, the Chelsea board will give the manager what he wants.
Things never seem to be entirely settled at Stamford Bridge, but that's been the way of it for quite a long time, and they've harvested a lot of trophies in that time, including 2 of the last 3 Premier League championships. Many getting the cross away that he wanted. Holding's ball is not accurate enough. It's picked up by Luiz, who defied his critics last season. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Off Azpilicueta for a corner kick late on in the half here for the Gunners. Checker's corner kick. Luiz wanted the free kick and got it, made sure that he did. I was looking for the spectacular long ball there for Pedro. Here comes Iwobi. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Brought down by Pedro, and that will be half-time. Closest was Alexander Lacazette. Denied by the post, a debut goal. Pedro with the best effort perhaps for Chelsea, that one beaten away by Petr Cech. A half in which Chelsea, the champions, improved as the half went on. But at half-time here, it's Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0.
McDonald's Community Football sponsors the FA Community Shield.
Steve McManaman, not Steve McLaren.
You can have that argument with him after the game if you want. Steve McLaren's putting his application in the post even as we speak. Thank you, Jake. By the way, 6 substitutions allowed. Arsenal have already used 1, bringing on Sead Kolasinac. None yet for Chelsea. In other words, 6 of the 7 named on the bench can come on. And a reminder of what Jake was telling you at half-time, this does not go to extra time. If the scores are level, it goes straight to a penalty shootout. By the way, this game is also available in 4K with Dolby Atmos. Willian with the corner kick, which travels quite a long way. It's in Granit Xhaka with the up and under. Back in by Cahill, and there's Victor Moses to put Chelsea ahead. A goal within the first minute of the second half.
Yeah, Victor Moses with the... Was that a dive then? Was that what he was trying to simulate the last time he was at Wembley? Didn't end too well for him. He's trying to make amends here. Good start by Chelsea. They win the corner. Arsenal don't clear this sufficiently. Batshuayi tries to flick it on. Doesn't get there. Granit Xhaka skies it. And look at Victor Moses. He's the one who's on the move. Good header by Gary Cahill. He's the one on the move all the time. 2 yards ahead of everybody else. One touch and finish. Fair play to him. He's the one who anticipated everything. He smashes in the back of the net. Chelsea are 1 up. We said we needed a goal. We got one in double quick time in the second half.
Now that's the life of a footballer, how varied it can be. Sent off in the FA Cup final, and at the very same end comes up with this goal to put Chelsea ahead. By the way, apologies if our microphones picked up any industrial language. Here's Bellerin for Arsenal. Do they have an answer to this? There's some indeterminate defending, you'd have to say, by Arsenal and Arsene Wenger's side.
Yeah, I think it was interesting listening to Gary Cahill before the game. He's saying this is a trophy, this they mean business. Everything else before them, what's gone on in pre-season, this is where it starts. And you can see the reaction to the goal. It meant a lot to the Chelsea boys, didn't it?
Now they need to get themselves into gear properly, because their second game is Tottenham after they play Burnley at home, then they've got Everton, and then Leicester after that, so it's a toughish start for Chelsea. Is Conte. Just to check on the substitutes who are available there, including Alvaro Morata, a new signing from Real Madrid for Chelsea. The fans will want to see him, no question. Chelsea ones anyway. Looking short by Fabregas to Pedro. Oh, it's a lovely ball in by Fabregas. He stood that over the head of the very tall Czech.
Really sloppy by Arsenal. 2 against 1 on the short corner. Nobody picking Fabregas up. Lovely little dink with his left foot. All kinds of trouble. Batshuayi gets a shot in, but easy into check. But the second half, they started really sloppy. Arsenal need to liven up, wake up.
That's a clever piece of play by Cesc Fabregas, and Arsene Wenger knows all about his quality, of course. Player who, in Premier League history, only Ryan Giggs has provided more assists. Victor Moses, 4 goals last season, already off the mark this time around. I think a lot of people had forgotten, really, when last season began, that he was actually a Chelsea player, because they'd loaned him out the 3 previous years. Conte saw something else. Real, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Arsenal looking to find an answer here.
There's Alvaro Morata. Darky, there he is, warming up. He's one of 3 Chelsea substitutes over on the far side.
Lacazette picked a good ball here to Bellerin. Who just got something on him. El Neni couldn't really control it. His only goal for Arsenal, scored against Barcelona.
Yeah, nice move by them, but as you said, he just couldn't control it. Slashes it, comes right across it with the outside of his left foot, just always swerving away. Chelsea gone long from the goal kick.
The clearance, a little flick from Marcus Alonso. Victor Moses will enjoy the moment, no doubt about that.
Yeah, really nice goal though, because he was the one who was anticipating. As I said, everybody else was thinking, oh, this is not going to go anywhere near the goal. He was the one who was on the move just in case. Falls to him nice. And as I said, a special celebration from him.
Is Oxlade-Chamberlain. Welbeck. Just went out of play in the end. It's interesting that Antonio Conte signed a new deal in the summer, an improved deal, but not an extended deal.
Yeah, I mean, read into that what you will. Is it just a reward for all the good work he did last year?
There was a bit of a kerfuffle, apparently, reportedly, between him and some people on the board who didn't quite like that story about him texting Diego Costa to say that the striker had no further part in his plans.
Well, I think we'll know more once the transfer window closes. If he doesn't get the players that he wants, I think we'll certainly know about it. Pedro just catches his foot there, doesn't he?
Alexandra of Juventus is definitely one of the players Antonio Conte wants. Us talk of Fernando Llorente as well, and Virgil van Dijk. We'll see. Not at all. Is Willian. Questions Luis to cut it down. Of course, Antonio Cantweva, the Inter players, another one they like the look of, but you can like the look of players. Actually getting the deals done is quite another matter.
I think that's the thing, Ian, isn't it? Alexandro's very highly touted across Europe, isn't he? Lots of teams would want him, but Juventus don't want to let him go. And if they do let him go, the price of fullbacks nowadays, he's arguably the best around, so he's going to cost a fortune.
This Willian, that goal might have just lifted Chelsea. Chamberlain tracking back well to stop Moses causing any more damage down that side on that occasion. And Willian again, he only started 15 of the Premier League games last year, Willian, having been player of the season by a long way the year before. Pedro's little flick taking the eye. Here's Xhaka. Iwobi down the side. Lacazette linking onto it. Can they get their star striker into this game a little bit more, Arsenal? Bellerin. Corner kick. To play it in. Messi's header rounded up with Monreal. This time it's a miscue from Conte. Again it's played in. Lacazette tried to get there with studs a bit high. Two Chelsea players down in a heap.
Yeah, I think everybody got caught with the sun. I think Kolasinac got caught first, and then it's David Luiz, and there's a Gary Cahill down there as well.
I'm going to say that's not a problem he's going to have often in England.
No.
Being
the sun getting in their eyes. Look, everybody was up, and in the end, Gary Cahill and David Luiz collide. It's exactly the same spot as Mertesacker was, and Gary Cahill was getting a little bit lost in the flight of the ball. Let's hope they're okay.
Yeah, you got the physios that they have to check very, very carefully these days under the concussion guidelines. Did look a bit of a fearful collision, didn't it, when you look at it again?
Gary Cahill looks okay, thankfully.
Luis is still down and requiring of further attention.
There's Rudiger, another new signing.
£33 million from Roma. Versatile defender. Plenty of experience in Serie A. Chelsea leading by Victor Moses' goal in the first minute of the second half.
Yeah, it was quite sloppy, wasn't it? As I said before, Xhaka skies it. Gary Cahill does really well, just heading it back into the danger area. Arsenal defenders, very flat-footed. Victor Moses, the left winger, come left wing back now, is the one on the move, and there's the simultaneous drive.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah, he did.
Prolonged examination with David Luiz.
Yeah, rightly so. He looks okay. Thankfully, he looks okay.
Absolutely, because there have been players who have had to retire after repeated concussions. But, both have passed the on-pitch medical to continue. William to lay it off. Moses. Stiff challenge from Kolasinac. Lacazette. Welbeck. Lacazette's on the move here, trying to get himself in a position to receive the ball. They're still learning to play, you suspect, with his new teammates, and they learning to play with him as well.
He was nice and quick there, though. I wonder if Bobby Madley will say something to David Luiz. Lacazette certainly had a moan up at Bobby Madley when he went past. Felt he was impeded. But he looks nice and sharp, Lacazette, even though he hasn't had a lot of service.
28 of his 37 goals last season were in the league. Only Edinson Cavani of Paris Saint-Germain beat that in France. Here's Bellerin with the crossing just too high for El Neni, attacking the near post. Arsenal just picking up the tempo a little. El Neni, oh, he nearly scored with that. I'm not sure he meant it as a shot, but it nearly went in anyway, and Courtois had to be very smart in readjusting.
The only thing I would say is that he hits it like a shot. Drills it in. Certainly had Courtois thinking.
Certainly had to be quick on his feet there, Courtois.
Yeah,
He was going in and swerving very fast and late. Xhaka plays this one in towards Monreal, who did score here, remember, against Manchester City in the semi-final last year of the FA Cup.
Yeah, it was a nice goal, wasn't it? They're waiting, and then he smashes it in. It looks as if it is like a shot. And coming out of the shades into the sun, he does well in the end, Courtois, because the ball is certainly moving, swerving into the goal. And you can see there, great shot there. Courtois does well.
You're going to say you meant it, are you, then?
Yeah, but only because initially I thought that it looked like a cross, but the fact that he's striking it with such force.
Monreal to Xhaka again, high press from Conte, but Xhaka found the right ball out. And there it is, the ball. Moses found it in the end. Here's Kolasinac. A marauding character. You sense he's going to be a bit of a cult figure at Arsenal. Oxlade-Chamberlain, and now Iwobi with a little bit of space. Then El Neni almost does go behind for the corner in the end.
Yeah, he got away with it there. He should have hit it. Iwobi. He was the one who should have took the shot on. He's given a goal kick in. But Kolasinac did really, really well, as you said, bundling through, but the shot should have gone there. There wasn't enough strength on his pass to El Neni. He had to hit it there.
It's offside, isn't it? That's what he's given.
He's given offside there to Lacazette.
By Monreal, who seems very well suited to playing as part of a three-man defence back there. Conte to Willian here. Pedro arriving in the middle. Batshuayi as well. And Holding had read all that and was in the right place.
Yeah, he did really well. Pedro trying his best to get across Rob Holding, but he does really well. He's not letting anybody get past that near post. Gets across, clears his lines.
It'll be a free kick for Easton on this occasion. Moses a little too muscular. Will there be more signings for Arsene Wenger as well? Of course, there's been a lot of talk about them signing Thomas Lemar from Monaco. Good left-sided player who made a big impression as Monaco won the French Championship last year.
Yeah, lots and lots of rumours.
Monaco have sold half their team, it seems.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They have to stop sooner rather than later, don't they? Monaco and Mbappe, they think, is going to leave. Maybe Thomas Lemar. Their squad has been absolutely decimated by the big teams across Europe. Just cherry-picking their best players.
One of those guys, of course, is Timo Bakayoko. Not fit for this one. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Welbeck. Lacazette was waiting and hoping in the middle.
Great tackle by David Luiz. He just took too long. Danny Welbeck wanting to get it onto his right foot and open his body up. Just give David Luiz enough time to get the tackle in. Maybe should have went with his left foot. Slightly different angle, of course, I know that, but David Luiz was across quick in the end.
That's nearly caught Arsenal out at the back then. The former Chelsea legend, I think we can use that overused word about him in his Chelsea career. Check, getting it away in the end. N'Golo Conte again. Can he make it 3 titles in 3 seasons this year? Here's the Nigerian Iwobi. Bellerin. And Iwobi again. Promising so far. Lacazette trying to make a nuisance of himself, and he did too. But not quite enough.
No, he just did enough, Azpilicueta. He could have just muscled him out the way there. He could have ran to Danny Welbeck behind Lacazette. He could have just got in front of him there, dummied it. But he does well in the end, Azpilicueta.
He's one of those, by the way, who is on a booking in the game so far, and with the Bellerin and Willian of Chelsea. Xhaka. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Cahill missed his header and was quite grateful, really. But there was support behind him in the shape of Alonso. Olivier Giroud, I think he's going to replace Lacazette.
Well, there's no surprise, actually, because that bit of action, nice ball in by Oxlade-Chamberlain. There's no target man in there at all attacking the ball, which is one thing that Olivier Giroud will give you. Bobby Madley's picked it up for it. Another foul throw over there by Victor Moses. Got away with one in the first half. He's not letting him get away with that one.
Theo Walcott's coming on as well, by the way. And we think Iwobi will be the player to make way for him. That'll be a like-for-like switch. Slightly different role for Walcott envisaged this season as one of the 2 just behind the striker. Tucked in a bit more. Lacazette comes up, he hit the post. I thought he looked good. What did you think?
Yeah, so did I. I think they needed a centre forward like him. We spoke last year about, yes, we know Alexis Sanchez can play up front, but it'd be great if they could go and get another really good goal scorer. And they've gone and done that with Lacazette, and his touch and his look sharp today.
So let's see if either of those moves can do the trick for Arsenal as they look to find an equaliser. Walcott got 19 goals last season, including one in that 3-0 win over Chelsea. Kolasinac to play this forward towards Welbeck. An Austria 2 challenge, not the third though.
He needs to be stronger there. Batshuayi needs to be stronger and hold the ball up and help his teammates.
Batshuayi, that time he was strong enough.
Just gives your teammates a chance to get further up the field and get away from the danger area and get a little bit of possession.
A lot of people knock the Community Shield, but this is a game worth winning. Getting yourself into gear and ready.
Yeah, absolutely, because all over Europe, the other leagues take it really seriously. Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco, Madrid, of course, are going to play Barcelona, Dortmund, Bayern Munich. These are huge, huge games across Europe, and they should be here. It's the first trophy to be won, and you don't want to be losing it at Wembley.
Just going to set the mood a little. I mean, ahead of Chelsea's title defence, that bad one a couple of years ago, they did look awful in the Community Shield, playing Arsenal, looked very undercooked. Going to be a free kick to Chelsea here. Kolasinac wants a word.
Yeah, he said he didn't touch him. He's a big lad, though. I know his big shoulders sent Pedro absolutely flying.
Well, I think we might see a David Luiz effort here, hit with the laces as he likes to do, those ones that can dip in front of the goalkeeper. He is capable of getting them right as well.
He sent Alonso up and Gary Cahill up, so I wonder if he will take the shot on. Certainly a nice range for him.
It is Luiz. He doesn't try his luck in the end. Instead, he tries to find Pedro, and then Alonso. It was a difficult bounce for him, and Luiz is probably wishing he'd hit it.
Yeah. I think once you send your centre defenders up, it doesn't work out.
It's Marcos Alonso.
Way offside. Way offside.
I was just thinking Alonso must be a bit worried about all the speculation about Alex Sandro, because that would be his position, wouldn't it?
Well, he had a wonderful year as well last year. Played very well, scored really important goals at times, Alonso. And then suddenly they get linked with people in his position.
Holding too long gives me a chance to remind you that we've got a really cracking game which you won't want to miss on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Real Madrid against Manchester United in the European Super Cup on BT Sport 2 HD and available in 4K UHD as well. It's the Champions League winners against the Europa League winners. "70 minutes in, still no run out for Alvaro Morata for Chelsea."
He's been warming up for a long time though over there, Ian. He's certainly got a sweat on over there in the sun.
That'll be a free kick again. Kolasinac is the player involved.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be saying that more than once this year. Foul by the rest of the match.
People in a collision with him have got to come off second best, I would
You're not wrong.
estimate.
You're not wrong.
Free transfer as well from Schalke.
Yep. Great bit of business by Arsenal. No, we talk about money all the time, don't we, when we talk about transfers, but deals like Solanke to Liverpool, Sandro to Everton. This fella here, he was just set on a free contract. Rob Holding, to a certain extent, from Bolton last year. They're the transfers we should be talking about, the pieces of genius that, you know, the managers or whoever brings the players in get a lot of credit for.
Giroud applied down to be a free kick. Of course, N'Golo Conte only cost just over 5 million when Leicester brought him from France.
Of course, Ian, and we spoke about that then, didn't we, Mahrez? That's why Steve Walsh went to Everton.
Yep. Morata is getting his final briefing, which can take some time these days, going through all those notes.
Going through the notes, then an iPad, then something else.
Can you remember that all? Of course they can. Here's Walcott. Walcott again out of the Arsenal team at the back end of last season, didn't play in the FA Cup final. Al Neni Holding. It's a bit of a miscue that really by Marcos Alonso, and the goal in this game came from a miscued clearance from Granit Xhaka, a header from Gary Cahill, and Victor Moses doing the rest. Xhaka again. Room out wide for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Double bank marking on him, Moses and Azpilicueta, and they've got the foot in too, stopped him.
Yeah, he did well as Azpilicueta, didn't he? Helping Moses out all the time.
Theo Walcott. On to Bellerin. Cutting off the supply lines, Chelsea. Well, big roar from the Chelsea contingent. Michy Batshuayi is going to make way with a new boy from Real Madrid, Alvaro Morata. He scored 20 goals last season for Real Madrid in 43 appearances. Of those who scored 5 goals in La Liga, only Lionel Messi had a better return in terms of minutes per goal than this fella.
Yeah, you can see why he left Real Madrid. He wants to play more, simple as. Didn't play a lot in his last year at Juventus. Came off the bench more than he started. Same at Madrid, really, but his goal scoring record is not to be sniffed at all. He was in excellent form last year.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. Bellerin. There's no pushing for the equaliser, which could take this to a penalty shootout.
I mean, what we know about Chelsea's back five, Ian, back three, whatever you want to call it, is they're really, really strong and organised, aren't they? And Arsenal have to do something special to try and break them down.
Walcott played a good ball in there. Moses was in the right place back defending.
A really good defensive shape by Victor Moses.
Great ball from Walcott, wasn't it? Really fantastic ball in. Xhaka thinks about the shot and lets it go, and that was on its way in until Courtois, with his fingertips, palmed it wide.
Great save. Granit Xhaka takes it into his own hands, hits it really well, lots and lots of movement on it. What's a save from Courtois?
And then Holding attacking that one, couldn't keep it down, the young defender.
I'm doing a disservice. I said the back five before, I should have said the back six, because he stands firm, doesn't he? Great hit, movement, dip. Oh, look at this. Up, stretch, fingertips wide. Great save. Thibaut Courtois. That's what he gets off his defensive shape in front of him.
That's some fantastic camera work by our boys as well, if I might say so. Much better second half.
Yeah.
Here's Antonio Rudiger, German international.
Great little battle in off the ball between David Luiz and Olivier Giroud. They've had a 4 or 5 coming together, pushing each other off the ball. And now complain about him getting hit in the face. There you go. Great to see it is. It's like telling them it doesn't mean anything this game.
A London pride as well at stake. Coming in on Saturday, it all gets going again in the Premier League on BT Sport. Starting with BT Sports Score, that's all the latest information, goals as they go in from 2:45. Then we've got Brighton. Congratulations to them to be in the Premier League. Great story at home to Manchester City. What a glamour-opening game for them. You'll see it live with us from 5 o'clock, and then everything, all the stories of the day, and there are bound to be many of them on Premier League tonight from 8 o'clock.
It's going to be a great Saturday, isn't it? Really looking forward to seeing Brighton, of course, back in the big time. And Manchester City, how exciting are they going to be this year going forward?
Well, they might take a bit of stopping.
I think as long as they're winning games 5-2s and things like that, I think it's going to be brilliant.
And the question was stopping at the other end, maybe. We'll see. Here's Willian. Off the outside of the boot. Oh, that is some ball. That's towards Morata. Beautifully found.
Yeah. You're right, Ian. Beautiful ball. Morata's got his arm up. He's expecting it. I don't know whether he could have done better. Doesn't seem to be stretching that much. Seems to keep his eye on it and run onto it rather than run away from it. It just seems to slip or take his eye off at the last moment.
Marcos Alonso to make way. Here, and Rudiger, very versatile defender is Rudiger, in playing a 4 or a 3 at the back. He's only played 42 minutes pre-season, having a little later than some of the others.
It looks as if Cesar Azpilicueta's come to left wing back. Rudiger's gone in on the right of the back 3.
He played most of last season at Roma as an authentic right back, Rudiger.
Yeah.
He'll do that as well. And then he doing a good job. And again.
Oh, he's going to get booked, Pedro, for that. Yeah. Look to Saul one, he's gone down as well, and then you just see there at the top of the picture, Pedro's got a bit of
cramp,
as you can see. Catches him on his Achilles, it looks like.
He hasn't played, Pedro.
No.
A match for 3 weeks since he picked up that injury.
It's a sore one.
When he gets up, he's going to get a yellow card.
Yep. Well, I think it's another Chelsea substitution anyway.
Likes Wembley though, Pedro. He scored here on that day. Barcelona really turned it on against Manchester United to win the Champions League. Oh, he's got a red card. Oh, it's red, not yellow. Whoa. Well,
that has come out the blue, that, hasn't it?
Let's call Mark Clanberg in on that one. What do you think, Mark?
For sure, I've looked at many replays while the player was down, and he's caught him with his studs on the back of the Achilles heel, which is a dangerous type of challenge, which could certainly make a bad injury. So I can understand why it's a red card, but in the context of the game, it could be easy be also a yellow card. But when I've watched all the stills, for sure, the studs are in the back of the Achilles heel and could seriously injure the player.
Well, another Chelsea red card at Wembley. Victor Moses in the FA Cup final, and Pedro, poor old Pedro. It's been a weird old summer for him. Broken bones in his face. against Arsenal in Beijing, and here against Arsenal, that red card. By the way, that red card will not transfer into any kind of ban next week in the Premier League, because this game exists on its own as a
you see what the manager thinks. I think it took everybody by surprise. Bobby Madley had a wonderful position and a great view of the incidents. 1 minute you think they're going to make a substitution and Pedro's going to come off, and suddenly he's off, sent off.
Towards the back post, and Arsenal get their equaliser. Olivier Giroud and Kolasinac were closing in on that one, and Kolasinac it was who got the final header into the far corner. What a start for him in an Arsenal shirt.
Oh, there'll be lots of debate after the game now, Ian, if it stays like this or Arsenal get the win. I think that's Cesc Fabregas playing them all on side, and splendid isolation, lovely ball in by Xhaka. Oh, is the left back. Kolasinac made a name for himself. You can see he's going to be a cult figure, and Arsenal gets on the score sheet. You see Arsene Wenger there. Relax, relax. It's 11 against 10.
And that right after the red card for Pedro, and Chelsea a little stunned by all of that, and in the very next moment, that equaliser for Arsenal's new boy.
And in between all that, in a substitution, Masonda's come on. Williams gone off. So all change here in the space of a couple of minutes.
That in the last 10 minutes of the game as well. And it's the Arsenal fans making the noise now. They've got their level up. Here's Kolasinac again, out to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Elneny. Certainly the signing that almost went under the radar for Arsenal. It was all about Lacazette, and it's the defender who's come up with that goal.
As you said, Ian, if he got in the Bundesliga Team of the Year, he must have been doing something right, mustn't he? There's some fine left backs in the Bundesliga.
Didn't cost a penny, except his wages, of course. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Bellerin, Arsenal fancying they can go on and win this now. Pushing the ball around quite pleasingly here, and Chelsea on the back foot for the moment.
Yeah, Chelsea had just dropped deep, defending the goal, trying to see out time, get it to penalties.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Courtois will have that one. Arsenal haven't lost at Wembley since Birmingham beat them in the League Cup final of 2011. For handball.
Yeah, Antonio Conte's gone crazy on the far side, and he didn't get the handball. He'll certainly have a few words with Bobby Mandley, won't he? Into the game.
Here's Conte trying to get Chelsea going again alongside Fabregas. Here's Rudiger.
They're not throwing many men forward at all now, Chelsea. It's a pity, really, for Morata, who's come on. He's going to be quite isolated now for the last 5 minutes plus injury time.
Can he have that one bit of involvement so far? Here he is this time.
He may as well run the other way in now and just stretch the pitch a bit, get the ball up in Arsenal's defensive third.
He's got big boots to fill, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Good costume, 20 Premier League goals last season.
You see this goalie, and this is the foul. I think you have to be honest, it surprised us all. It certainly surprised me. I didn't expect it to be a red card. I thought he'd just give a yellow. Antonio Conte certainly thought it was a yellow, didn't expect a red. But once this goes in, Cesc Fabregas dropping off. They've got a really fine line up. And suddenly, it's through. He's not missing from there.
It was a great free kick, but
great
the
free
Chelsea
kick.
defence a bit static, weren't they?
Yeah, but it wasn't the main defenders, was it? I think that pushed the line back into the box, allowed the Arsenal players all to stay on side. He's not happy, look.
He's complaining to Bobby madly about all of that. A rather fed up looking Antonio Conte, who was saying at his press conference this week, there's a new word I'm having to use, patience.
Yeah, Danny Welbeck's off, Reece Nelson's come on.
For his Arsenal debut, he's only 17 years of age. Reece Nelson.
Oh, brilliant today. You'll never forget that, Ian. Playing at Wembley like this, coming on against Chelsea, an occasion like this. Well done to the boy.
Now in the first team squad, says Arsene Wenger about Reece Nelson. Born in the Elephant and Castle in London and been part of the Arsenal setup since he was 8 years old.
Brilliant. Great to hear that.
Just a couple of minutes away from a penalty shootout to decide this. Morata won the header that time, though. It's Musonda. A pretty good impression as a cameo against Inter last week when he came on. Charlie Musonda. Shaka to spread it wide. Arsenal playing on a broad canvas or trying to Bellerin. Got by Azpilicueta, who complains bitterly. He has to watch it. He's already in the book, and you can't be too open with your show of dissent.
No, but he's got the foul. Whether he wants Bellerin booked, I don't know, but he's got the foul. We should have a few minutes of injury time though, Ian, with the clash of heads and the Pedro getting cramp and getting sent off.
He's got a little flick there, and Azpilicueta made a good run. Says to Morata, get back into my position. I'm struggling to get back. And Morata for a moment goes back to left back. Now he can resume normal duties. Al-Neni, there's going to be 5 minutes of added time. See if they can settle this in the authentic way. Kolasinac again. Oxlade Chamberlain. Kolasinac to Xhaka. And an impressive response to Arsenal here, having gone behind in the fixture. Awful to Bellerin. I wonder if he was going to hit that with the left foot. Walcott scuppered his effort, in truth. Fascinating season ahead, of course. And everybody starting with a lot of hopes and dreams. It's a while before reality actually checks in. Morata's got the free kick for his team here.
Yeah, he did very well, Morata. Got his body in front of Rob Holding, wins the ball, and then makes sure he gets the contact. A bit naive, Rob Holding, trying to get the ball back there. Only going to end one way, and it's a free kick to Chelsea in a dangerous area.
Chelsea in stoppage time with the wily Fabregas on the delivery. And a header just past the post. Yeah, in the end.
I didn't know whether Rudiger was offside there when that first cross came in. Yeah, he's just offside. He doesn't head it like it's Morata who heads it.
Meanwhile, Walcott. Still Walcott. Blocked on the way through, and you just wondered whether he was going to bend that into the far corner.
Yeah, great challenge by Gary Cahill in the end, getting back. Cuts inside Azpilicueta. Gary Cahill's as well there. Was his body on the line yet again.
Kolasinac did some good work. It's good recovery from Musonda, but it's fallen for Hector Bellerin here. Walcott, no, not quite.
Azpilicueta got a lovely little touch, didn't he? Thankfully. Great touch by him. He's just onside, Theo, yeah. There's the touch there, just to take it away from Theo Walcott. Oh. There you go.
It's been a good fight back from Arsene Wenger's side. Conte cutting a somewhat frustrated figure, not just here, but maybe in the summer transfer market as well, so far anyway. Interesting to see what Chelsea's team looks like on September the 1st. Conte again. Morata's out on the left-hand side. This is Cesc Fabregas. Luis Long towards Alvaro Morata. Just for a moment, as that ball was travelling, I wondered if he was going to try a left foot cross-shotted volley. Didn't quite work out that way. Morata's now conducting the Chelsea orchestra. The fans behind that goal. And he's got the response as well. It's a long one coming in here from Azpilicueta. Monreal got his head to it. Rudiger was beaten by young Nelson. Wins the header on. Just the difference for Alvaro Morata here is he's going to be cast pretty much as the main man among the strikers at Chelsea. He was kind of filling in behind rather bigger names ahead of him. Cahill. Maybe the last attack of the match here. The referee's going to blow for time, I think, here. Yes, he does. This will go to a penalty shootout to decide who wins the season's first piece of silverware. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. Arsenal fighting back again and getting a goal from their new signing, Sead Kolasinac. And after Victor Moses had given Chelsea the lead. That penalty shootout coming up in just a moment. Because the stats showed that there was a natural advantage to the team taking the penalties first all the time. Hence this change to the ABBA system, which I don't think is going to dilute the drama.
No, either do I. As Frank said then, it's you against the goalkeeper. It doesn't matter whether you go first, whether you go have two on the trot. The option is still the same, to score more than the opposition, isn't it? So let's see how they get on. Certainly exciting enough
for Chelsea against the former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech, and he's taking a fast bowler's run up at it by the look of it. And scores. Whoa. Well, he can start taking him for England, can't he?
I say that. Never a moment's worry, that was it. Nice big run up. Smashes it right in the top left-hand corner. And the Chelsea skipper is Theo now.
Arsenal, by the way, have won 7 of their last 8 penalty shootouts, including one pre-season against Bayern Munich.
He's standing at the Arsenal end, all the Arsenal fans behind the goal.
Textbook penalty from Theo Walcott.
Well, that was abuse as well, wasn't it? Pressure's on Monreal now. 2 great penalties. No, not a nice one. Not in the corner. Just sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Oh, there's Thibaut Courtois stepping up.
Yeah. This is a surprise, isn't it?
Well, the second penalty.
And that really did find the proverbial road G.
Yeah, Arsenal fans at the back of the goal trying to put him off. Steps up, gives it a whack. It's high, wide and Hansen. Whoa. Now it's Alvaro Morata going to have a go.
Advantage Arsenal, leading back 2 penalties to 1 after 2 each. Oh! Nightmare for Morata on his Wembley debut.
Does really well, doesn't he, Petr Cech? Down, low. Oh, that was way wide, sorry, my mistake. I thought Petr Cech saved it. It was an awful penalty by Morata. Pulls it way wide.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain next for Arsenal, who haven't missed yet. And they still haven't. 3-1 to Arsenal. Giroud can finish it all off for Arsenal. And he does. That's it. No need to go any further. Arsenal come from behind and take the Community Shield against Chelsea, just as they did 2 years ago and just as they did in the FA Cup back in May.
Yeah, and you can see what it means to Arsenal, celebrating in front of the fans. Great penalty from Olivier Giroud, 4 lovely penalties from Arsenal. Got back into the game late, gone on to win it.
Courtois himself and Alvaro Morata, an unhappy debut for him, for Chelsea, and the champions are denied this time.
Yeah, lovely penalty. Surprising that Courtois takes the second penalty for Chelsea. Very surprised that happens.
That is extraordinary that he was taking penalty number 2.
Considering the amount of superstars they got in the Chelsea side, it's very surprising to see a goalkeeper that early on, isn't it? But he must have fancied it. Just didn't work out today. That's what he thinks of it. couldn't save any, and he misses one.
Well, they've enjoyed this. Arsenal just keeps that upbeat mood they had at the back end of last season when they won the last 6 matches in all competitions. Perfect, really, for Arsenal going into the Premier League season, which starts for them on Friday night, remember, against Leicester City. Chelsea starting at home to Burnley at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal take the Community Shield in a penalty shootout to leave Antonio Conte with a rather worried, impatient look.